I mean,
That put me sitting down with Jason Kidd.
What's up, everybody? Dustin May has become the head coach of the Dallas Mavericks. How do you all feel about that? Me, I think that this is a mellow hype. I do. I think this is a mellow hype because the Dallas Mavericks, they aren't going to go anywhere because you have at least five teams in the way before we can even think about having the Dallas Mavericks in that playoff conversation. Dusty May, Dallas Mavericks head coach now. Yes. Easton Austin, what's up, Easton? How you doing? But the breaking news is Dallas has hired their new guy, Dusty May. Now he's been a head coach in hold on, wait a minute, let me pause that. He's been a head coach. He's coached in college basketball for a while, for 15 plus years. But this was a surprising hire because I thought that the Dallas Mavericks would stay would stay in contact with all of the coaches that have coached on the NBA level, but they went out of their way. We all know that the Dallas Mavericks ownership group, they like thinking outside of the box, they like taking chances, and this is a chance now they're finalizing the contract and we don't know the allotted time or of his Dallas contract. It should be coming up in a few minutes. Should be Dallas Mavericks contract. It should be, and I'm getting another contract details. The formal signing of it is pending, and the details should be in place by the end of the week or by the end of the day because we all know how long that this can take. So,
all entrenched in trying to assist in putting forth legislation to help police college sports, essentially to help the NCAA in a lot of people's eyes. At least it's being interpreted that way. And we're constantly talking about the players and the lack of loyalty when in fact you turn around and you see a coach being able to do this. He gets to leave. He gets to move on. So that's why that they got to get it under control. We got that, but it should be applicable to all parties involved, not just the players.
What were you going to say?
Honestly, the one thing we got to take into consideration also, Stephen A., and it's just moving forward. Like if you're Michigan, where do you go? Mike Boynton, who's the head coach at Oklahoma State, New York guy,
Please like,
head coaching
comment, share,
experience. He's the assistant
subscribe
head
to
coach at Michigan.
Keytime Sports
I
right
would
here
be
on
shocked at
YouTube,
worst
Key City Sports
if he
on
wasn't named
Instagram,
your
and
head
the
coach.
Key on
Terrific
Millions.co.
coach, really
The
good,
breaking
really good
news,
people.
Dusty May will become
And
the
Stephen,
head
I know
coach
you
for the
give him the
Dallas
endorsement because
Mavericks.
he's a New Yorker.
Oh, there you go.
I'm giving it because he's been on the staff that just wouldn't.
A great Larry Brown, yes. Giannis watch is continuing, everybody. Where do you think Giannis Antetokounmpo will go? From what I'm hearing from my sources, it's either Miami, Boston, or LA. But I think that the Lakers, what they're trying to do is they're getting ready for the future and life without LeBron. Now, me, I'm a huge LeBron James fan, and I'm also a Lakers fan, and we all need the Lakers. Well, for me, for business purposes, we all need the Lakers to make it far in the playoffs because obviously, with the Lakers being in the playoffs, it will get the league more revenue, and also LA is the second biggest sports market in the world. The first, they just won a championship, New York. So, Giannis, a lot of people are telling me that Giannis is washed. Now, do I think Giannis is washed? I don't think so. I don't think Giannis is washed. I just think that Giannis, he needs to be around a group of players plus his brothers because if Giannis gets traded, then his brothers are coming with him. They're a package deal. So if Giannis goes to the Miami Heat, that would be a that would be a good move because it would give the Heat something to go along with, and it would also give the Miami Heat a bit of a bolster that they haven't had since the days of James, Wade, and Bosh. That's the type of bolster being that Giannis would have going to Miami. Now Boston, they already have Jason Tatum. We already know that Jaylen Brown, he would be on the trading block if Giannis it does go to Boston. So there's a lot of scenarios and speculations that are going to be happening within the coming weeks. And as far as next week, next week, as far as the NBA free agency, it starts next Wednesday. So you have a lot, and I do mean you will have a lot of scenarios and player movement. One more thing. Please like, comment, share, subscribe to Keytime Sports right here on YouTube, Key City Sports on Instagram, and the Key on Millions.co. Any questions, comments that anyone wants to ask me? Where do they think that their favorite player is going? The NFL. We are just we are exactly 9 weeks. Well, excuse me, we are exactly 11 weeks away from the NFL season. Now, and as far as the World Cup, there are plenty of things going on with the World Cup right now. World Cup, let's see, America won. America, they still have a chance at winning the whole thing. So, best of luck to America. Today with the World Cup, you have Argentina, Austria, France, Iraq, Norway, Senegal. Then later on tonight you have Jordan, Algeria. So a lot of people they say that France will win the World Cup. But me, I always go for the underdog when it comes to the World Cup because what's not to like when it comes to an underdog, nobody expects them to win. Nobody. So we got the World Cup and also we also got NBA free agency, NFL to talk about. Plus I'm gonna be covering the MLB World Series in October. I'm also looking at baseball and New York Yankees, Aaron Judge. He's on injured reserve right now. Hopefully he can come back. But I still have the Dodgers having a three-peat. The first three-peat in the modern era in baseball. That is what I'm going for. That is what I'm hanging my head on. That's what I'm hanging my head on. Now, we are going to get back to the World Cup. 1930. Yes, the USA really have a chance. They do have a chance to win the World Cup. I would not be surprised if it's USA and France. It's all about the next game. And the next game that the US plays in the World Cup, that's next USA World Cup schedule. The next game that the USA play in the World Cup is Turkey. Turkey. Now I believe that US can beat Turkey. And then if they beat Turkey, they will play in the round of 32 and they will have to await the winner of the other matchups. Please like, comment, share, subscribe to Keytime Sports right here on YouTube, Key City Sports on Instagram, and the key on millions.co. The USA is dominating in the World Cup. USA can win the whole thing. That's what is going to happen. USA can win the whole thing. That's all we expect over here is to be a winner. Winner. Messi and Mbappe. Please like, comment, share, subscribe to Keytime Sports right here on YouTube, Key City Sports on Instagram, and the key on millions.co. Please like, comment, share, subscribe to Keytime Sports right here on YouTube, Key City Sports on Instagram, and the key on millions.co. Okay, now we about to get to some basketball takes. Is Giannis headed to Boston? That's all I want to know. Is Giannis headed to Boston or Miami? That's what I want to know. Is Giannis headed to Boston or Miami? Okay, let's see. With the recent odds, with the recent NBA odds of the Dallas Mavericks acquiring Dusty May as head coach, that did not raise their odds didn't even go nowhere. The odds for the Dallas Mavericks, even after the hiring of Dusty May, Dallas has they are way down there, the 19th best odds at making it to the NBA Finals. So, could the Mavericks be a play-in tournament team? That may be the ceiling for the Dallas Mavericks this upcoming season. But as you all can see, when we get to the odds-on favorite to win the NBA Finals for this coming season, you have the Spurs first, Thunder, Celtics, and then you have the Knicks. Then you have the Knicks, and then there's Detroit, Denver, the Pacers, Timberwolves, and then you have the Lakers, Heat, Cavaliers. Now, do I think the Cavaliers are going to make it? No, I don't think the Cavaliers are going to make it. I believe the Cavaliers are just a decent team that has a superstar, but they can't get over the hump. Like I said, not this past season, but the season before, they should have been able to make it to the East, at least the Eastern Conference Finals, and face the New York Knicks. But they didn't. And then this past season, they made it to the Eastern Conference Finals, played the New York Knicks, and New York Knicks blew them off the floor after game 1. So that's basically where the championship odds are at right now when it comes to the NBA. When we get to the NFL, we got a lot of stuff going on in the NFL right now. There are quite a few teams that have plenty to prove, and I'm going to be doing a show and a video on this next month. But there are 13 teams that I'm going to cover. NFL teams with plenty to prove in 2026. The first team on the list will be the Kansas City Chiefs, followed by Detroit Lions, Miami Dolphins, Las Vegas Raiders, Buffalo Bills, San Francisco 49ers, Cincinnati Bengals, Dallas Cowboys. I'm a huge Dallas Cowboy fan. Minnesota Vikings, New York Jets, New England Patriots, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and Los Angeles Chargers. So those are the 14. And here are a few coaches that are on the hot seat, reportedly entering the 2026 season. For everybody who wants to know how the state of coaching is in the NFL. Todd Bowles, Zach Taylor, Shane Steichen, Aaron Glenn, Nick Sirianni, Dave Canales, Kyle Shanahan, and Matt LaFleur. Those are the coaches who are reportedly on the hot seat coming into 2026. Like I said, in other news, when it comes to Giannis, the Celtics and Heat are the finalists for the Giannis trade. Now, if Giannis goes to the Boston Celtics, then Boston becomes the favorite to win the East. If Giannis goes to Miami, then the Miami Heat are a top 5 team in the East. Top 2.
Giannis, even
The news should break before the day is over with. Giannis trade coming before tomorrow's draft. It is. Yeah, you do. Top two. Yeah, top two. Celtics would be number two in the East. Then two. Please like, comment, share, subscribe to Keytime Sports right here on YouTube, Key City Sports on Instagram, and the Key on Millions.co. And they're not that far away. And 12. Yeah. Brad Stevens. Yeah, Eric Spoelstra should call the shots. Yeah. Pat Riley should be in the front office. Yeah, that's the direction that they need to go. Bring back everybody that can make the Miami Heat formidable again. Because the player relations in Miami is off. Serena Williams is back in Wimbledon. Please like, comment, share, subscribe to Keytime Sports right here on YouTube, Key City Sports on Instagram, and the KeyOnMillions.co. No. Please like, comment, share, subscribe to Keytime Sports right here on YouTube, Key City Sports on Instagram, and the KeyOnMillions.co. No, she mine. Serena Williams is the greatest tennis player of all time. Serena Williams is back and she is the greatest tennis player of all time. There is no debate. No debate. No. Please like, comment, share, subscribe to Keytime Sports right here on YouTube, Key City Sports on Instagram, and the KeyOnMillions.co. And I will check you all later.